Senator Ted Stevens, who has helped us to enhance and renew one of Juneau's great natural treasures. Senator Stevens.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. It's nice to be with you and with Governor Palin today, and State Senator Kim. Thank you. And Jim King, who has already been mentioned. I think I should tell you that being here takes me back really to the days when I was a young lawyer in the Department of Interior, and I discovered the Appalachian Trail. The Appalachian Trail goes through Appalachia, and if you make reservations in advance, you can walk up the trail and use a cabin and then walk on along to another cabin. We've tried to duplicate that here in Alaska with the new arrangement between the Alaska Railroad and the Forest Service. I don't know if you know that, going out to Whittier along the railroad track, you can actually get off the railroad and walk between cabins along going down towards Whittier. The cabins have yet to be built, but the trail is in, so it's have to carry your own cabin with you. But I do thank Trail Mix and the volunteers that donated their time and hard work here. As a matter of fact, I must call it Trail Mix because I thought Trails Mix because I thought it was the outfit that makes those candies over there, and somehow they got mixed up on that. But it is the story here goes back to Jim King coming into my office once in Washington, and he had the idea that we ought to find a way to make this trail safe. And that really led to the concept of the Alaska Trails Initiative, which was at a time when I was chairman of the Appropriations Committee, and I provided for that in the appropriations that year. And we started off with the concept of trail construction and preservation for 14 trails here in the state and to receive funding, and funding has continued to be appropriated through the years since that time. Actually, if you go back to my comment about the Appalachian Trail, there are about 3 million people a year use the Appalachian Trail. And I really think when the word gets out about the trails that we have now preserved and protected and made safe in Alaska, that the concept of coming to Alaska just to try the trails is going to be a very interesting new attraction for the tourist industry, because they are well maintained and highly publicized, and they're really beautiful trails. There's another trail that leads in Girdwood, leads out of the area by the big hotel there and goes up into Winter Creek. Now that is a really not only a nice trail, but it's been finished for people who are more elderly because there's quite a few small bridges and really reinforced trail portions, so that it is about a 3-mile walk, and it's really quite good. If you ever get up that way, you got to take some time and use it. At one point, if you're adventurous, you can go down along Winter Creek. It's W-I-N-N-E-R, Winter Creek, and there is a place to cross Winter Creek, which is a cable car, a self-propelled cable car, and you pull it over towards you and get in, 2 or 3 of you, and pull yourself across Winter Creek, and it's really a great trip for kids, and as a matter of fact, that's where I take my grandchildren quite often. I do hope that those of you who are involved in this and here today will take a look at these materials that are available to you, and in particular this Trail Connections, because one of the things it calls on you to do is to join the team. There's some additional money that's needed, but more than that, as you'll notice here, there's need for volunteer work in 2008. And there's a place over here for all of you to sign up. We're glad to see you come out. That means you're a potential volunteer for this. You know, it's not really great exercise and reading, but there's really is a psychological experience to walking a trail, in my opinion. Particularly when you can walk with friends or really walk to forget enemies. I like to tell people I am where I am because I've outlived most of my enemies. We have another trail that's starting. I'm sure you know the Ock Lake Trail here in Juneau is one of the ones we originally intended to start. That's going to widen and improve the drainage control along the trail and the footbridges to connect the trail to the University of Alaska campus. And it will be a wheelchair accessible in part. So it's going to be really a very distinct part of these trails. This trail, the Perseverance Trail, you'll find a nice little plaque over there to tell you the first Alaska road is historically important. And I think that this was, again, coming back where I started from this is Jim King's success. This was his dream that we would do something to start recognizing the value of Alaska's trails and try to preserve them and improve them. So I give credit to Jim for this day and thank him for the idea that led to the Alaska Trails Initiative. Nice to be with you. Thank you very much.